Hello folks, back at Lake Renwick, Turtle Lake access. The other trail today, I tried to in the main access again, and the main access was closed. They're down to one lane on each side, so I'm figuring if that's the case that let's see how long this trail is before we start. Not bad, almost 3.5 miles. Maybe we'll go a little bit of the way and come back. We already did the other trail before, but yeah, it's one lane each way. They're doing some kind of bullshit road construction, and it's going kind of sort of right in front of the main access, which sucks because I'd like to check out the main building in case you got to take a piss or shit. They got your back. So like this would be perfect if I had a bike. Let me see something real quick before we get rocking. Just like everything's going wrong today. Got out the gate late. Was between this place and another place. I was really hoping to get to the other access today because it said it's open online. Not Sundays, but most other days of the week, and till 4. Apparently not. They love these gazebos here. Perfect. I mean, they really take care of this place and its access points. Today, late start, late day. BRC, don't leave home without it. It's 1:23, which is a late day, but we'll get it going. Hello. Saw a bike online that you can fold in half. Now I got a fucking car. I don't have a fucking truck. I don't have an SUV. So if you tell me I can fold my bike in half and take it to places like this where I can really get after it and get some shit done, I'd go down this trail twice. The one we did last time. That one's actually pretty fucking cool. It's covered for the most part. It's got the blacktop like this. It's a good time. Got a spider web. I don't often take pictures or videos while I'm out because I'm usually past bullshitting and ranting. But as you see, got the Ruck on today. Ruck ranting. And the back isn't so much on fire no more. Dropping weight, went from 192 to 172.3 this morning. So the plan is to keep that weight going down till the fat's fucking gone, and then just add muscle. So by this time next summer, the HBJ is back, baby. Full force. So that being said, fuck we got here. Look how bright that red is. It's fucking bright. But yeah, it's taken a while. It's taken some years. HBJ has been fucking banged up pretty fucking bad. Yeah, I'm coming back, man. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Sick and tired of sitting in the house. Sick and tired of not doing things I like or enjoying life or having fun because I'm fucking fat or I'm out of shape. You can see, man, you could go fucking flying on this motherfucker and get me a bike. I keep looking at Marketplace and eBay and Amazon for some shit. I don't give a fuck if it's a used bike or a shit bike. It's just got to be a bike, something that ain't gonna break down. I can enjoy riding, and then all I have to do is replace the seat because, as a friend told me, you don't want your ball sweat sitting on their ball sweat. So you gotta get your own seat. So, that being said, I need to get me a bike soon, because then I can really get after it on some of these trails. Some of these trails, like there's a couple on these I&M trails that are just fucking goofy long. But if you could fucking get on a bike, you could get after it, man. You can get you get out there at 7 a.m., you get some shit accomplished. Be something cool. I could tell my wife to drop me off somewhere, go shopping, and pick me up on the other end of the trail, if she's so inclined, if she would do that for me. I'm sure she would. But yeah, this is I love that they did this to these trails. Blacktop gave you plenty of ride, that people could bike, people could walk. They got those gazebos, people could rest. As we're coming up on the left, we got a bench. It's been getting rather warm lately, so I'd recommend you go on any fucking hikes, especially this time of year. You bring plenty to drink, like the HBJ does. He brings out his BRC. So we had a discussion. We'll start this off by something that I've bitched about time and time again, and you're all probably fucking tired of hearing me bitch about it, but we're gonna do it. It's bringing animals in stores. Now, I get it. Emotional support animal. If you're in like massive public settings, not a fucking store. I've said it so many times, I'm sick of hearing myself say it at this point. But it is something that came up at the little birdie running down the trail, because a fisherman decided he wanted to fish here. He made himself a trail. Because it came up in physical therapy, I'm going to discuss it. The fact that we have emotional support animals everywhere. Now, as I brought up in my argument, emotional support animals are supposed to wear a vest. B, you're not supposed to touch them. C, you're not supposed to come up near them. And D, I guess they could come in all shapes and sizes. But they have to be trained as an emotional support animal. That being said, every fucking dog is not an emotional support animal. There are places that was brought to my attention that are dog friendly. Gotcha. Understood. Does it annoy me? Yes. Do I love dogs? Absolutely. But when I'm at the fucking store and I'm trying to get in and out, or I'm just out running errands, doing shit, I don't want to run into 50,000 fucking dogs while I'm doing it. That being said, again, emotional support animal, I have to deal with that. At the same fucking time, excuse me, you don't need an emotional support animal for the 100,000th time to go to fucking Lowe's. You don't. It's not necessary. You don't need an emotional support animal to go to the fucking grocery store. Grocery store is something you need to live. You need groceries, you need food, you need stuff to drink. And if you need an animal to go pick up fucking food, you're fucked. Go on fucking line and order the food to be delivered. Enough's enough. So, that was the argument. It got frustrating because if you say you don't like having people have their dogs out, this is a pretty cool spot, but everything's so it's hard to see. I could see just barely above this shit. Let's see if I can get any shots with my jacked up ass bullshit camera. Be cool to get a fucking boat on this shit. But yeah, just by saying I don't want to fucking have fucking dogs everywhere. They say, oh, you hate animals, you're not a dog lover. Suck a wet fart out of my ass. I love my dog. I love some people's dogs. Not all dogs are nice. What do we got here across the street? But no, I'm not an animal hater. I'm not a dog hater. I love animals, but I don't need them everywhere I fucking go. This is a football field. That's why there's a bunch of people there. Interestingly enough, there's nobody on the fucking football field. Oh yeah, there is. Way in the back. Kids starting football already. I kind of miss it. I liked playing football. Just wish I had the mindset I have now to get after shit. Been much better at fucking everything I did. Fuck. Anyways, that's that. For the 1000th time bringing up the same thing. It is what it is. Quit bringing your fucking dog to take a shit in public. You're just going to the fucking gas station because you don't feel like shitting in your own house. You know, emotional support animal. Going to Denny's because your fat ass don't feel like cooking. You need an emotional support animal. Knock it off. Now what do we got here? Now this might be the end of our day today. Who knows? No fishing. Interesting. There's no fishing signs. So I'm assuming this goes to the water. This isn't going to be the end of our walk because we just fucking started. If I were to take that way, I'd probably get frustrated, but I drove a long way to get here, so I'm not going to take that short trip in. If I still feel that I have energy towards the end, that just goes in a circle maybe, I don't know, because it comes out here. Unless it goes back in, who knows. It's just a little extra part of a man-made trail, I guess. But they did cut it nicely. But I don't know if once you're back there, it goes back into the bed of lake. But yeah, it takes a while to get out here. It's a good preserve. I thoroughly enjoyed the trail last time. We were right on the lake the whole time. We saw fucking all sorts of eagles flying. So it was good shit. Man, people keep drawing like centipedes, or not centipedes, but slugs or something. Now I'm right off the street. Hopefully somebody don't lose control of their car and crash into me. That wouldn't be good. We're coming up on the bridge. Let's see what we got underneath it while we're walking past it. Our power line's pretty fucking low. You don't want to touch that shit. Now here would be a good spot to go down and fish. But you could see it's very shallow. And you'd be able to see if there were actually fish in there. Yeah, I don't see any fish. It's super shallow. Not sure if it gets any bigger as it goes out towards the bigger lake. This might be like a small river or something. Finishing the bridge. We got Plainfield Township. Like them on Facebook. Buckle up safely. This is the Lake Renwick Bikeway. Could have parked here. Nice to know for next time, especially if I have a bicycle. Hopefully they got a sign like they usually do and they could tell you where you're at. Is this the start of another thing? This is the Plainfield Township and the Lake Renwick Bikeway. Hopefully it wraps around the lake. Here we go. There's a map up here. We can see how far we've came and how far we have left to go. If worse comes to worse, we could turn around soon and go back and then take that other the other path around the other part of the lake. I wouldn't be disappointed because that's a cool ass fucking path. I like it. Here comes somebody on a bike. How's it going? So that guy passed me a while back, so obviously he got to the end and back. Again, you're on a bike, you can fucking get after it and start cruising. I better start my BRC soon. It's already 1:38. We got the Lake Renwick Township access. There's got to be see, we did this one last time, the Booty Lake. We were here. We went here. Bang. Now we're here. We made it here. So this is a turnaround, 2 miles. So that'd be 4. So about 5 more miles to finish the day. I really would like to check this out one day. That wasn't open. Well, let's get some shit going and see how I feel. Same sign, same length on the sign. Shit hasn't changed. Just get the feet moving, keep the feet moving, and we'll be good to go. That guy was pretty quick on that fucking bike though, I will say that. That guy passed us up a minute ago and he went all the way to the end. I'm guessing, he might have turned around. But he's already passing us on the way back. So, we'll see. How's it going? But you can see this is a township. They got all the storage sheds. They got all sorts of rock brick type things. But yeah, I would have liked to come out here earlier. I tried to come out a little bit earlier, but Google Maps had me coming through Joliet. Yes, it is Joliet, and yes, there is actually a law still on the books that it is a misdemeanor and they can write you a ticket if in fact you mispronounce the name and call it Joliet. So it's Joliet. I'm sure you won't get a ticket or a misdemeanor if you mispronounce the name. That being said, it is something, because they were sick of people mispronouncing the name of the town or city, whatever you call it. But either way, one of the bridges was up, and I was making good time. I was rocking and rolling, hitting the Sultans of Swing, hitting some good fucking jams on the way here, and bam, come to an exact stop. I almost called it a day and ended up going to the old Joliet steel mill. But the next time I hit up the old Joliet steel mill, I want to have the map. I found a place that has a map of the place, and they give you the history of what was where in the steel mill. When I would go there, I would kind of guess based on my own knowledge of working at steel mills, but I'm not that knowledgeable, to be honest, especially after something's been torn down since, I'm guessing, the early 1900s, and the map will tell you exactly what was where, which makes looking at history a lot more fun when you actually know what the fuck you're looking at and you're not guessing. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be a place to stop. Almost bought my buddy Joey Witt today, but he was doing something with the boy, couldn't do it. He'll be coming out pretty soon, getting him in shape as well. We'll both be getting in shape. Got my buddy Mike, he's gonna be coming out. A couple cast of characters, all get in shape together, lose some weight, tell some stories, bitch about some stuff, and yeah, man, rock on. But yeah, speaking of rocking on, we got the music of the day in my ears as I'm walking is Slaughter. Mark Slaughter, an extremely underrated singer, a phenomenal band. I don't care what your opinion is, phenomenal. That they had an album where, I think it's called Stick to Ya, that I'm listening to right now, where the whole thing's just fucking immaculate. It had She Wants More, Up All Night, Fly to the Angels. This whole album is just really, really well put together. And it's crazy that they didn't make, I mean, I have on my iPod, yes, I still use an iPod, but I have on it many of their albums because I am a fan. I'm not one of those guys who downloads songs like a cuck. But yeah, I have many of the albums, but their commercial success wasn't much past that album, which is crazy. It's just crazy because they were a very good band, very, very good songs, very good singer. And I've seen them live only once. Seen a lot of live music, but I've only seen Slaughter once. And if I remember correctly, they weren't too bad. Don't know what kind of animal this is, but got some footprints going across the road. Like to got more right here. Whatever this is coming in and out. So yeah, this would be perfect for a fucking bike, man. Shit. I could go up and down this fucking trail more than once. I see a fucking... We're next to a highway, by the way. But, looks like a gas station. Not sure if I have access. If I do, good to know the next time I come out. Make sure I got my fucking wallet in my bag. Stop and grab something to drink. I think I got something in my bag. But yeah, how can you not like being out in this shit? Look at this. It's so peaceful, so quiet. You're just getting fresh air. And this is as fresh as it gets because there's nothing but fucking growth, plant life, trees all around you. I mean, I am... Okay, there's an argument to be made. I'm right next to a fucking highway. Gotcha. A lot of fucking pollution there. But, let's just say, for argument's sake, and I know I'm full of shit, but by the time it gets to me, all these trees filter it out, and I'm breathing beautiful, clean, fresh air. That guy's again. That guy's a fucking savage. Right there's a savage. He's on a... I don't know if he was out riding before me or he came out after me, but he's on round 2 and I don't even know. if he took the other loop. So if he take the butt loop and then came back here, that guy is a fucking absolute monster on a bike. But once we get up to this little turn up here, we're gonna bust out the BRC and really get this party started. Because this is a triple shot, which I probably shouldn't be taking at 1:45. But as the old saying goes, fuck it, man. But yeah, as I was saying, man, you come to these forest preserve districts, especially when they got this much wide open space, this much, and especially when they got trails like this. They got a trail like this, it's like a sore dick, man. You can't beat it. But like, it's just fucking great. Like I said, it's quiet for the most part, it's peaceful for the most part. Unless some dickhead brings a radio and you get stuck walking by him. That's a big no-no, like was at Ruck last weekend. Yeah. That's why my audio video footage wasn't so great last weekend, because it was pretty packed and I didn't want to fucking be that guy. I tried to keep it down the best I could while still showing shit and talking about shit, but I'd like to go there when there's not as many people, maybe in the winter, maybe in the fall, maybe in the spring. But I will say that, cheers everybody. God damn, is that shit good. If you ain't on the BRC right now, get your fucking life together. What are you, some kind of fucking communist? Drink the BRC. Drink lots of it. It's good. It's good for you. Anyway, that being said, yeah, I just would like to go back at a better time. Maybe go early enough to go to Medicine as well. Get there at like 5 or 6 in the morning. Hit a couple of the trails. Maybe eat lunch in Ruck. Go to Medicine and go home. But if you are there, like you saw, they built a bar on the little souvenir shop. Go in there, man. For as long as I've been going to Ruck, my grandfather would take me in there and then I would go in there. It's a great place. They got cool shit. The people who own it and run it are fucking top-notch, top-of-the-line people. You're spending your money in good hands. They built a bar on there now. If that's your pleasure, go have a couple drinks. But yeah, man. Go buy something from them people. Right now everything's 50% off because they're moving everything to the back, because they've had flood problems, and if they move all their stuff to the back, they don't have to pay flood insurance, which is cool. Man, that guy's on his way back already. I need to fucking pick up the pace, 101st style. But yeah, go get something from them. Good people. Got me that gift for my wife and a K-bar last weekend. It's got the slot to fit over the muzzle of your weapon. It's got the thing on the bottom, the little knuckle so you could break C-wire or razor wire. It's a good knife. I got it in my bag with me, because you never know who or what you'll fucking encounter on one of these. But Cool side note, I also bought a book, but this was out of the Starved Rock Lodge. They have their own gift shop. If you're there, again, fucking Starved Rock, fucking awesome place. Go buy you a souvenir, eat some food. Now they got the outdoor patio, they got the indoor patio. Not patio, indoor lodge with the fireplaces. Spend some time in there. I bought a book, 1960. There was a triple murder in the St. Louis Canyon at Starved Rock. Really interesting story. I'm close to halfway through with the book. But it's interesting how everything unfolded with that. I don't want to get too far ahead. In the book, they haven't made an arrest yet, but we have the power of Google. I Googled information on it, and the guy they arrested, I don't want to get too far ahead just in case the book has some other info I haven't read, but spent a lot of time in jail. They wouldn't use, one of the ladies who was murdered had hair in her hands. They weren't using that for DNA every time he had an appeal. Finally, he got paroled. Years later, they did an appeal, or they did DNA evidence, and they supposedly found that the hair in the lady's hand from the struggle did not belong to him and belonged to what could have been 3 brothers from the area. One who died close to the time of the murders, and the other 2, obviously, they were a little bit, all 3 were older by the time of the murders, would be dead today. So, the guy who spent all that time in jail, I think he died too. So, the 3 women who were murdered that day, it's one of those things where you might not have justice for that type of shit, and it's fucking sad, but it's crazy if you look at the way things happened back in the day and the way they happen now. When they were looking at the hairs, the way that they were looking at the evidence was they were comparing the hairs to people's actual hairs, which is crazy because I'm really not sure DNA was even a thing in the 1960s, especially in 1960. So, I see a guy up here. Hopefully he doesn't try to attack me and I have to pull out the K-bar, or I have a pocket knife that I keep in my pocket at all times. Pocket knife's what I usually carry, but when I have the pack on, I always throw, so I got an extra drink in there, I always keep an extra knife. Usually it's my machete, but the K-bar is, I think, better. It's supposed to go on a belt, clips over your belt, but I don't wear belts when I go, or I don't wear pants and belts when I go hiking. Maybe in the winter time, but I try and wear sweatpants when I hike in the winter. But yeah, crazy story. They're from a town just outside of Chicago. I know what it is. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. All 3 women were pretty prominent. They stayed at the lodge, and there was a series of things that happened between there and Matheson Park that supposedly the cops just kind of shooed away like they didn't happen. And then this happened, and tragic. Not to say if they would have pursued it that anything would have changed, but just crazy. They were going to see, Starved Rock has waterfalls that in the wintertime they freeze. And when they freeze, that looks fucking badass. And the 3 women we're going to see, I hope this is a turnaround. If this is a turnaround, HBK has made some fucking time. But yeah, if they were there to see the waterfalls, went to St. Louis Canyon, and if you have a chance to go down there, they got a bunch of waterfalls that freeze up. And it just looks super fucking cool. Just got to be careful walking through there because obviously you're on rocks. Rocks are slippery. You could die. So, how's it going? I think this is the turnaround, if I'm not mistaken. Seems like a pretty big turnaround. But we made it, folks. I didn't think we'd make it. Nor make it this fucking quick. But like I say, you keep these fucking feet moving. Keep that 101st Airborne Bravo Company sucking a 502nd Renegade pace. And you're one of those people that's unfuckwithable. But yeah, I recommend you go down. Summer's kind of fucking packed and busy, especially now. I mean, last weekend was the most packed and busy I've seen it. I don't want to get political. I don't know if it has anything to do with all the immigration. Because I personally have never seen it in 45 years that busy. It's a motherfucking big spider that got smashed. That thing is huge. That's camel, at least baby camel spider. But yeah, man, fucking, it was just super packed. So, there's a lot to do there. You can get a hotel room in the hotel. They got a pool. I think they got a either a hot tub or a sauna. I don't want to speak out of turn. I think they have one of those too as well. They got a few other things, but they also got their lodge. Their lodge is fucking top of the line, man. They got the fucking the dual fireplaces. How's it going? Good. So, if you're into that type of thing, I highly recommend you going there any time of the year. But wintertime, they got the cool looking shit. How's it going? But yeah, go check that place out. They also have cabins. The cabins look cool as fuck. I was actually online checking those out. I'm sure you'd still have access to everything that's inside the lodge as you would if you were staying at the lodge itself. But you'd have to walk. It's not far. Probably less than a minute to get from the cabins to the lodge. But that being said, if it's cold, you're probably not going to want to go from the cabins to the pool and back unless you're all dried off and put on your clothes. And it's just more of a nuisance than it would be worth. Alright, we just hit the full loop in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. We hit the connection point and we're back on our way back to the beginning, which isn't a bad walk. It wasn't. But yeah, Starved Rock, fucking top of the line, great place to go. They're actually, I think someone died in 2001 time period. They're now they're putting up all sorts, like I showed you guys, like handrails and shit like that. When I was younger, they didn't have none of that. It was climb at your own fucking risk and don't be a fucking dummy. Now, they don't give a fuck. Now there's too many fucking people going, too many kids. They don't want to, I don't know if they even have liability because it's a park, a state park, but they don't want to have to deal with the bullshit that comes along with it. And I completely understand, but at the same time, it takes away the ambiance of the place. Like, the first place I went when I was there was to check out that little waterfall. And it was so packed. It usually isn't that packed when you go to that spot. And it's like people have walked that so many times there's footprints embedded in rock. You know how many motherfucking people and how many times people have to walk on a rock to have embedded footprints on that rock? A lot. And people are walking around them. Hey, stupid. Put your foot on the fucking footprint and walk. Quit being a dummy. You're making it slow for fucking everybody. Also, the only thing I don't like too about them putting all them handrails is they've made the path smaller. So now it's like you go, I go, you go, I go, or it's like you try walking side by side with someone, you're brushing on them, it's like, and you got fat people that just take up the whole lane. You really got to wait for them to get through. That's why you take the places with all the stairs, because you know they ain't taking them. There's no chance. That spot that I had to go up all them cocksucking, no good goddamn stairs, there ain't many people of weight that are gonna take those fucking stairs. No chance. I consider myself heavy right now. And I was not struggling, but I was having a hard fucking time. I mean, I'm one of those guys that has the fuck you, and that I ain't just got to keep the feet moving, and once you stop, you're fucked. And little upgrade here, which would be a little more challengeful on that bike, but yeah, you know, heavier set people are taking breaks, and it's taking them twice as long to get up them stairs, which means they're going to be getting in everyone's way, which means traffic jams. But I'm trying to hit as many places and state parks as possible. There's another one on the way to Starved Rock that I saw a billboard for as I was driving to Starved Rock. So, from the driveway, it says, again, this guy's an animal. Again, it says it takes an hour and 9 minutes to get to Starved Rock. I usually get there in about an hour. And not that I'm driving fast. It's just they overshoot all the time on their times. And I understand. But it was like 35-40 minutes. I was about halfway there. And I was seeing signs for another state park. So last night and this morning when I was looking for places to go, I'm like, hey, if I could find that place and it's 35-40 minutes away, I'll hit that bitch up today and hit their trails. Interesting fact, I in fact did find that place, and it crazily was 59 minutes. And I said to myself, if I'm driving 59 minutes, I'm going to fucking Starved Rock. And then I'm driving the next 5-10 minutes down the road to go to Matheson. It was already 10:30-ish by that time. By the time I got my shit together and left, wouldn't have been worth it to go back to Starved Rock again. Even though it's always worth it to go to Starved Rock, to me, I'd like to spend the whole day there. Plus, next time, I'd like to get there early enough to where I could do what me and my wife did when we went 9 years ago. And get there bright and early, hit Starved Rock, hit those fucking trails, and then hit Matheson, hit a few of those trails, and change my socks and shoes, and go back into town. They have more than one they have more than one souvenir / gift shop, but the one I took you to, Mixes, is the best one. Go there, no matter what, go there. But there's other things. They got a little museum there. It tells you tons of, again, I'm that guy. If you're that guy, you like history, go check it out. They got a little museum with tons and tons of fucking history. They got antique stores. They got and have all sorts of fucking cool shit. That's 100% a spot you want to check out. One day, when I'm feeling extra froggy, I want to get up at like 3:45 and drive down south and check out some of those old abandoned towns. That would be cool. Because I don't feel like staying overnight anywhere down south. Not my thing. But it's an option as well. But yeah, go to Starved Rock. Check out everything, the Thiessen Park, everything in the surrounding area. It's a great area to go. This place has become a future favorite too. This Lake Renwick, just based on the fact they got the black top trails alone. Let's see, it's Saturday. Come on, watch. It's 2:08. We'll see how I feel when I get back to the car. If I want to hit that other trail, maybe we will. Maybe we will hit that other trail because I'm not feeling bad right now. I'm actually feeling all right. I will say this, by the time I get home, there will be multiple ice packs on that ankle. That is no joke. But yeah, this would be perfect if you have a bicycle. That guy's passed me 3 times now back and forth. I mean, fucking A Christ, this would be the perfect motherfucking spot for a bicycle. It's got plenty of room on the turnaround, plenty of room to go the other way. And I want to say, if I remember correctly, and we'll see if I end up taking the route once I get back, but if I remember correctly, the area that's closed because the mating birds, that's only closed till October, if I remember correctly. See where I'm at right now. Come on, watchy watch. Fucking work for once. Not doing that great on steps today. Maybe it's because I'm holding my BRC. Because it's taking me longer to drink. But, yeah. Once that's open, you got even more of a trailhead to hit. More stuff that we haven't seen. I was talking to one of my physical therapists. He was telling me about getting those tennis racket type snowshoes for the winter, for when you go through stuff. That would be perfect. Go in certain places, especially if I got my pack on, because once I got to certain places that they were no longer necessary, I could take them off and hang them on my pack, and I wouldn't have to carry them. That's why me getting to the point where I can walk with my pack on, especially when I could have it fully loaded with shit I need for hikes, is so fucking necessary. Walking without a pack's okay too, but at the same time, when you're out taking a hike, there's things you'd like to have with you. One thing I don't bring with me that I probably should is a first aid kit. That shit on the ground looks like a dead rat. Probably want to bring some sort of weapon. If you have EDC, have it in your pack or maybe a fanny pack. Keep your EDC in. Be much more accessible if you had a fanny pack. That way you can get to it quicker and easier. I like to bring knives. Bring extra fluids if you prefer Gatorade, waters, whatever you prefer. I always bring an extra something to drink if I can, especially if I got a pack on, because me doing all these hikes with just the BRC, the longer you go, the thirstier you get. I do love my BRC, but motherfucker, does it make you more thirsty, especially in this Chicago humidity. I mean, look at this shit. It's so much taller than me, and it's just surrounding you. Shit doesn't grow like this without water, and we've been getting fucking stupid amounts of fucking rain this year. And if I look correctly on the weather report, it's supposed to rain all week this week. So look at all this. This is wild shit. Talk about bushcraft. This is some bushcraft shit right here. I'd have to be in full length pants and top. There's a little bird feeder. And then just to have the balls to walk out in that motherfucker. Can't see nothing. You don't know where the fuck. Yeah, fuck that. I did enough shit like that in the Army down in Tennessee. Something I never thought about before, which me and my buddy Johnny talk about all the time, my boy, my brother, is you don't realize Tennessee's got everything. Tennessee and Kentucky, that's where our base is, Tennessee and Kentucky. I'd say my base, because he's well more traveled than I am, especially being that he's in Sergeant Major Academy, that he's fucking gonna murder, become a Sergeant Major, and just dominate like he's done everything else in his life. But Fort Campbell's got everything you need. It's a pretty monstrous fucking base. It's got all sorts of different ranges, indoor and outdoor. It's got all sorts of different lanes you could do for all sorts of different things. It's got woods. It's got a million and one different scenarios that you could put yourself in. Shoot house lanes. I mean, you name it, it's got it. I remember a story, and this is honest to God truth, and it was the only time I begged for rain, because I couldn't even see straight. We were doing a field problem. Sergeant King was still our platoon sergeant at the time, and I wasn't in machine guns squad yet, but I'm not sure if I was still a team leader at that time yet or no, if I got in trouble yet. I think it was after I got in trouble and I got busted down to just being in the team. But we were doing movements. It was afterwards, because I remember it now. So we were in the woods doing movements. Fucking bug flew right on my calf. And when you're in the woods and you're doing movements, I don't think I'm giving away any major military secrets here, but you kind of move from tree to tree, like, so you're going from cover to cover, kind of, sort of, and you leapfrog each other. So you could have fire and overwatch while another group moves. Not that I'm giving away some fucking deep, dark military secrets. It's just common sense. So there was a kid, Patterson or Peterson or something, I don't remember his name for sure. He had a saw at the time. And we were moving through the woods. It was kind of redundant at this point because we've done it already. And resetted, done it and resetted. Probably 20 times at this point. That was the one thing about King. We ran shit so many goddamn motherfucking times that there was no I fucked up or I didn't get it or I should have done this instead. Everything was second nature, you just did it. And as much as it sucked to keep having to do the same motherfucking thing over and over, you just fucking bitched under your breath and you just fucking put your boots in front of each other and did it. And that's why 3rd Platoon was the best platoon. That's why we fucked more shit up than anybody else. And we were the biggest badasses. And we killed everything in fucking Afghanistan. So, I'd like to give flowers and love to Sergeant King for that. He was a perfectionist. And he cared enough that he didn't want nothing to happen to nobody. And he knew that the only way to make sure that didn't happen is to drill something in your head so many times you fucking hated it so bad, but you knew exactly what you were doing without even thinking about it. You just kind of went through the motions because you already knew what you were doing without thinking. That's really the key to everything in life. Do it so that you don't even have to think about it. Anyways, it was probably the 15th, 16th time walking through. Who knows how many times. And I don't remember who was in whose squad at the time. It was such a fucking long time ago. It was probably 2009, 2010 time period. And Peterson, Patterson, whatever his name was. We'll take a break, we'll look at the sign, and we'll head back to the car. Not sure I want to hit the other fucking trail today. But we are here. We took the trail. Hit the OODA loop. We're here. We're gonna walk back here. This is the closed gate here. Not gonna hit that up until I get a bike or until this opens up here. Man, that guy just passed again. He's a fucking animal. Fucking bugs. But yeah, I definitely want to check this out once mating season's over. But yeah, that was quite a hell of a walk here. Boom-ba-doom. Then we got the Buddy Lake. So we've done this all except for the railroad underpass, which is closed at the moment. On the bike, he is on a fucking mission from God right now. That guy's the man. That kind of shit fires me up. That fucking motivates me. Yeah, he's on a bike, but man, he keeps going. There's no stopping that man. So it's the millionth time us doing this fucking movement. We're at the very beginning. Moving through the woods, dealing with bugs, bullshit, animals. And the Peterson kid takes a knee behind a tree. And as we start our movement ahead of him, this kid takes off like a dog's chasing him, like a Malamute's chasing him, like throws the fucking saw in the air and takes off like a Belgian Malinois or whatever you call it's chasing. Nobody knows what's going on, but we're all kind of shocked just standing there. Finally, the guy yells out that he's getting attacked by bees. Wonderful. So he runs for quite a while, takes off his clothes. He's done getting chased by bees. Somebody goes and grabs his saw, and on we walk. Start the movement 10 feet in front. Now he had to have gotten lit up pretty bad, because as we came to find out later by me getting fucking lit up, that something I didn't know was that either wasps or hornets or both can nest in the ground. I know that now, didn't know that then. And that's what happened. So we start the movement again, lo and behold, HBJ goes down behind a tree, pop a pass. Exact same thing happens, I start getting lit up. Now, when that happens, they're, from what I've seen now, protecting the queen. And they don't die when they sting you. So they will legit fuck your ass up. And they will chase you. As far as you go, they will chase you. And they chased me. They got inside my clothes, like places where you're like, how the fuck? Oh, it's baseball field, it's not the football field, so they're on the baseball field. How the fuck did these fucking wasps or hornets get inside my clothes? But I'm getting drilled. Absolutely fucking drilled by these things. I stripped down to my underwear. Yes, at the time, I wore underwear. It was only in Afghanistan I realized going commando was the way to go. Because then you could pee on the move, because our pants were button-up pants, and you didn't have to pull down your underwear to rip, slip, piss, and return. You could do that on the move. So, down to my underwear, just annihilated. They're still stinging me. Doc, Benny comes over. I feel like somebody just not that I know the feeling, but I feel like somebody just injected me with morphine. I'm woozy as fuck. I can't stand upright. I don't know what's going on. My head's all fucking wickety whack. And Doc takes me off the lane. We're supposed to stay the night in the woods. We had all the rucksacks lined up. I think we actually walked out there as well. And they were going to bring by. Yes, we did. We walked out there. And I'm pretty sure they were going to make us walk back. So Doc has me. They have an open area where they have, like, where they could serve food and stuff. And they have a couple bongo trucks for the higher ups. But Doc brings me over there where Patterson is. Patterson's like, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, I got lit up right after your ass. And I got dots. Like somebody took a black Sharpie all over my body. Doc brings me back there. And you wouldn't fucking believe what they gave me. Typical infantry style. Sit down. Have some fucking water. Here's some Motrin. Sit and relax for a little while. I'm like, I'm about to throw the fuck up. I'm dizzy like I'm hammered drunk. I'm having trouble seeing. What the fuck? So, long story short, and it could be even longer, but I'm going to try and wrap her up. Starts getting night. They're still running fucking lanes like fucking retards, knowing that two guys just got fucking drilled by wasp or hornets. And everyone goes back to their packs. Our PL, who I wasn't the biggest fan of because he always tried being the go-go ranger guy, O'Hearn, wanted us to stay overnight. There was no need for us to stay overnight. We could have got the fucking bongo trucks and got the fuck out of there. What were we staying overnight for? So what? So we could sleep in a patrol position in a circle switch out taking fucking, what's it called? It's pulling guard. This isn't fucking platoon. We're not in the fucking jungles of Vietnam. We weren't going to the jungles of anything. If we would have went to Iraq or Afghanistan, we wouldn't be doing any of that shit, but he was rah rah, let's do it. So the infantry has a really strong way of convincing you to quit being a bitch and just do it. So I staggered my ass back to our little patrol base, and it started fucking raining. And King was like, we could stay, but it serves no purpose. This is fucking stupid. And after arguing about it with O'Hearn for a little bit, when King's got his mind made up on something, you ain't convincing him otherwise. King's been there and done that. At the time, O'Hearn was a fresh face from fucking West Point. He ain't even shit in a fucking hole yet, a dug-in hole. King's been there and done that, so finally King's like, this is fucking dumb. We're gonna be sleeping on a wet ground, getting rained on. There's no point to this. So it kept raining harder and harder and harder. And much to the chagrin of O'Hearn, he radioed up, got some bongo trucks. We packed our shit, threw it back in our ruck, and waited in the loading area. Bongo trucks came, we get in the bongo trucks. As soon as we get in there, everyone's talking shit to O'Hearn's face, all of us, how dumb of an idea it was that we shouldn't be out there, and he's trying to be the tough guy, rah-rah officer, we could have done it, blah, blah, blah. And no sooner, this is the best fucking part of the story, you literally had to be there to see this because it was so perfectly timed. But no sooner did he start to state his argument, the first thing out of his mouth was, the rain isn't so bad, we could have stayed. The second that came out of his mouth, the roof on the top of the bongo truck, if I'm not mistaken, was a cloth roof, and it had gathered enough rain where at the time the cloth roof was a little bit bowed. I mean, none of us noticed at the time because we were so happy to get the fuck out of the rain. It was right over his head. And no sooner did he say that we could have done it, did bam, that thing let loose right on top of fucking O'Hearn's head. And everybody just fucking lost their shit laughing. Is it still okay? We could have stayed, right? Now he is fucking drenched from head to toe. And at that point, even him, all of us were so happy to be gone. So that's a double story. The fact that we got crushed by fucking wasps / murder hornets. And sometimes karma has a good way of fucking getting you back. So that's one of my favorite memories of being at Fort Campbell as far as training goes. I got a million more I could tell stories of on other hikes, of one where me and my buddy Cool, I always call him fucking Gary, Indiana. He's from Indiana, but not Gary. But it fucking pisses his old ass off when I call him Gary. But we were partners on a movement one time, and it was the middle of winter. It was so fucking cold. We set up like a little thing where we had to fill sandbags, make a little outpost. And this is just a quick story. I'll tell the full story another time. But it was so cold, and we weren't allowed to sleep that night. Basically, me and Cool took half-hour shifts back and forth. We were both in the little guard scenario. But when you were awake, it was so cold. You had no feeling in your feet because you weren't moving. You couldn't move. It's not like you can pace. There was no room to pace. There's no room to move around. I was at full strength kicking the sandbags, trying to get fucking any kind of feeling in my feet. And the next day, there was nothing but rumors that we were going to get picked up. Right over this next hill, there's going to be bongo trucks and hot chocolate and food or something. There was always so many rumors. The Army's full of nothing but rumors the whole time, especially if it's going to make you miserable by believing that they're going to make things easier. Because they never do. It's just not the infantry way. They don't make things easy. But they'll tell you, they'll have somebody start a rumor that they will, just to make your ass fucking miserable. But the trucks never came. We had to walk probably 10 to 12 miles back after not sleeping all night in the cold. And I remember I was fucking busted up at that point. I ended up having to go. Benninghofen took me to the medic's office after. King was busted up after that. King had to go to the medic's office after that. Like, that was probably one of the dumbest fucking... But at the same time, that's the type of shit you do in the infantry. But it is what it is. Hope there's a garbage can soon. Let me get this snot out of my nose. Wow. That was a big snot that came out. Looked like spit. But I feel much better and breathe better now. Another bicyclist. But yeah, I got millions and millions of stories. Most of them I can't remember, but I remember if somebody jogs my memory. Like the one about the murder hornets. And they're probably not murder hornets, but it makes the story so much funner to tell. But yeah, hopefully one of these days we could get together with Doc. He's down in Arizona with Babyface Nelson. And if I'm gonna go down there and hike, I'm gonna have to be in shape, because Doc's always in fucking stupid fucking CrossFit type shape. Him and his wife and fucking Babyface Nelson. He's been doing fucking hikes and runs and shit. I ain't gonna run. I'll fucking walk all goddamn day and climb. But maybe I'll get up to an airborne shuffle if they're lucky enough. But it's gonna take a while for my ankle to get better. But yeah, fucking hopefully we can get one with them boys. That'll be more of a storytelling hike, telling stories of shit that happened. And when we all get together, we're gonna have plenty and plenty of fucking stories. I promise you that. We're finally back at the parking lot, which is completely dead from the time we got here. About an hour and 15 minutes ago. Not a bad hike. Get a couple shots of the water. First, throw away my garbage, because I'm not a fucking cuck. Ah, yeah. Macho Man style. Oh, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time. Walk through this little area just to get a good shot. Watch me get bit by a fucking snake. So, got a nice view of the river, the lake, whatever it is, Lake Renwick. And it's been fun. It's been a hoot. It's been a fucking blast. But I gotta get back home and eat. I haven't ate yet today. And it's 2:36. It's gonna take me probably almost an hour to get home. At least 45, 50 minutes, if not an hour. So it's been a hoot. Now we've hit both trails on the Lake Renwick Turtle Lake access point. Hopefully we can get to the other access point soon. This is the HBJ out.